presidential candidate?
I grew up with him. I heard my daddy call my mother dirty names and hit her and knock her down and call her bitch and all that. So come on, let's stop playing games. You know, the word MF I didn't hear when I went into a whole house. I heard it as a child. Okay, but this is the game. This is the whole Christian thing. When you think about the Mardi Gras, that's a Christian festivity. And prostitutes come in from all over the world to help us Christians celebrate. And the only time a cop in New Orleans can't take a day off is when the Mardi Gras is in town. So, and one day when we stop playing games, that don't give him an excuse, but it don't give us one neither. I'm listening to all these news people you talking about, talking all that crap. See, I've been to parties with them. I'm an entertainer. I've been to parties with them. I hear what they've been saying. I was an athlete. We would travel and take little trips. I would hear what was going on. And so all at once now we act like this just started happening. I said, all the other crazy stuff you're doing, I don't understand that. That's white boy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But when I think about, I look into the Bible, King James. I never knew King James was king of England. And I just knew he wrote the Bible. Then I found out he's such a weird, strange homosexual. He hated women so bad he killed his mother. And his lover was Lord Buckingham, who Buckingham Palace is named after. So how quick we forget. And if you look at all the whiskeys being sold in America, you think it's 2% Christians or 98% Christians.
Mm.
So we just have a way of looking around. And now white folks are scared. They ain't worried about how many times cops can kill black folks. They're not worried about that. They worried about somebody who look like them is acting a fool. And they understand everything they're saying. They bring up, and they got some more tapes on him.
I see your point. I mean, all of a sudden, we have a morality, a convenient morality when it comes to.
I think it's funny when the people are saying, Mr. Gregory, I've never heard language like this before.
Oh, please. I said that. I said, I never heard language like that when I was 3 years old. Wait a minute. I can't talk too long because I got somebody knocking on my door downstairs, and I think it's Madam Fifi. I'm thinking about the black colleges. If I was I close all white colleges down, including Harvard. When you look at this dumb dude that's supposed to have tied up the whole world in New York over the weekend, the UN is in session, and they catch him because he sleep. The one thing would have been more stupid than that was go by the police station, go to sleep. And then we said, oh, aren't those cops smart? Jesus, wait a minute. A pressure cooker. I used to see my mother with a pressure cooker, beef stew. Now he's smart enough to make a bomb in a pan that you cook beef in, and it take them that long to catch him, and now they praise. Oh, the cops did good work. Please. And poor little Donald. You know, when I was a little boy, the one thing that a black person would call you is dumb. I haven't had nobody black call Donald Trump stupid or he's dumb. When I think about looking at him and looking the way he acts, see, I grew up looking at Frankenstein and Wolfman and all of them. If you put them all together, you know, he would be dumber than them. So it's just it's something wrong. See, what we make a mistake, that don't say nothing about him. Okay, that says something about America. Okay,
yeah,
that's a reading you get on America. To look at him and to think if he can do business like that, if he can make that much money doing business. I got a dumb cousin called me the other day and said, I said, what you doing? He said, I need to borrow some money to go in business. I said, business? I mean, you flunked out of the kindergarten. He said, if Trump can make $1 million a day, I know I can do well.
Mr. Gregory, what are you saying to young black people, especially who are saying that they're liking what Donald Trump is saying?
Well, wait! Don't act like this just happened.
No,
we've always said. What about the black folks that are selling drugs on the corner? Huh? What about the drugs that's being sold on the corner? I mean, I'm sitting and I go all over this country and I hear black folks talking about Trump. I haven't had one talking about cops shooting black folks in the head. Okay? I mean, it's something wrong with the whole group. Okay, and so somewhere that if it works, then you know America, where America is. And we keep wanting to blame dumb, stupid people for stuff. But when you look at him, I mean, you can look at him and tell he's a thug and a fool. But we keep talking about, oh, what about those senators in Congress that have backed him, huh? So when you take about the black doctor that ran earlier,
Ben Carson.
Yeah, well, he backed him, and he's supposed to be a brain surgeon. I mean, look, I got a headache. I wouldn't go to a doctor now. Somewhere. But look. First, we got to back up and realize Hitler. When you think about the stuff that Hitler had, the intelligent people around him, this didn't just start. There's something about this whole thing. I went out to the zoo the other day. I just got so tired looking at you. I went out to the zoo and went to the gorilla cage. And then I looked at the gorilla and looked at me, and I realized gorillas have short legs and long bodies. Black folks have long legs and short bodies. If I took all them white folks that were standing out there and took their clothes off and took my clothes off, only the gorilla and the white folk got hair all over their body. Okay? If I looked at the gorillas, look at his mouth. A gorilla got thin lips, thinner than a razor blade. My lips ain't thin. So when I go to the gorilla, who do I see? I see Trump. So if he wins, all you got to do is get you some peanuts.
Wow. Forget about the popcorn. Oh, my God.
My oldest daughter, 56 years old, showed up at my club in a comedy thing on Sunday. And I got to thinking about, education, especially black folks. When she was 6 years old, she had to do an essay. And she asked her dad, "Can I interview you?" I said, "Sure." So I have to do an essay on the family, the family or either the astronauts. And I said, "Okay." She said, how did you propose to Mother? I said, "Michelle, we was married on February the 2nd, and you was born on March 28th. And she said, "Oh, I think I'll do it on the astronauts." And so when you got them children that know, they know, man. Just leave them alone. Don't leave them alone. All you old black folks out there talking about these youngsters with drugs and stuff. Let me tell you something. More you black folks will die in the next 48 hours because you hooked the salt and sugar from stroke, and these children will OD in the next year. You get up this morning and cook you some bacon, and you got 15 different prescriptions you got to take just to eat the bacon. Somewhere when you understand, how fast this thing goes. And then I'm looking at this whole, and I'm surprised you black folks is discussing this whole the Trump thing. You didn't know white folks was dumb? No, wait. I want y'all to know how powerful white folks are. You understand?
How powerful?
You understand? First, we got Black History Month.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for you young folks that don't know, it used to be Negro History Week.
That's
wow.
right.
And then when you give us a month, you might know it's going to be that month with all them days missing.
It all makes sense then.
You understand what I'm saying? And so somewhere, then we come up in the same month with Groundhog Day. What's a groundhog? I mean, I go all over the world, I go in all the restaurants. I've never seen a groundhog sandwich. If white folks don't eat it, it don't exist. And so consequently here, now, I want you to do your math now. Groundhog is the 2nd of February. Groundhog Day. People come in from all over the world, man, to take pictures of that little ugly thing. Now, if the groundhog sees its shadow 6 more weeks of winter,
right?
How could it not see its shadow with all them TV cameras with their lights on?
Right.
Okay? Now, watch this now. 6 more weeks of winter, February the 6th. So after this show is over, I want y'all to get out your calendars and circle February the 2nd. Now, spring is March the 21st. from February the 2nd to March the 21st is 6 more weeks. So somewhere. And you know, I got married on Groundhog Day.
Really?
Tell me, I've been married 58 years. And I just said to her, that Groundhog Day, you want this to last, dear. It's not about love. It's can you be lovable? Okay?
Wow.
It's that simple. It's not about love. Can you be lovable? And so I just want to say happy Black everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Groundhog ain't got nothing to do with it. You know, so they keep running that game now. And then Easter, I still haven't figured that out. I had no problem with Christ being killed on Friday. But when them white folks say it took him 3 days to rise, that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They keep giving it to me on, and then y'all surprised that they sound the way they sound. And now I got to give white folks some kudos now.
Okay.
Something I very seldom do.
That's true.
If a black mother would have had a baby that looked like Trump, that boy never would have been out the basement. Somewhere. So I was just sitting here having fun, looking at the snow come down, and I found me a path for black ice, and I'm going to be out there all day. But meanwhile, I'm going to go look for me 2 whites today. I already got them located because I'm opening me 2 businesses. I want y'all to hear this now. 2 businesses. Trump keeps talking about Nabisco is selling, going to move to Canada. Well, I'm going to buy Nabisco, and I'll be the only black person on the planet that's selling crackers, okay? And I'm going to advertise on this show, and then I'm going to open up a black airline. I want y'all to hear this. A black airline. Is it going to be named black? Tamika Air. And our motto is, we leave late, but we get you there on time. Okay? And white folks be guaranteed that they'll never have to worry about losing a bag because we're not going to let you bring none on. And for all you black folks out there that's unemployed, I'm going to have an airline for you called I Almost Caught a Flight. Huh?
I almost caught a flight.
Don't bring no baggage. Don't bring no luggage. Don't kiss your wife and family goodbye because you ain't going nowhere. We just sit on the plane.
You don't run out of any kind of material with all the things that are going on today, Mr. Gregory. I mean, between the politics and this political season, you got your fellow comedians like Cat Williams and all of this going on. What must you just sit there and just write away? No. See, I don't write. There's writers. Let me tell you something. A comedy writer makes more money than a comedian. Okay. But I don't write. I just listen to it, and then you start thinking about it. It's like when white folks talk about the size of their hands. Huh? And then white folks say, well, how could you say something like, look, white folks, you've been advertising Viagra on TV, about erections, and you don't worry about that. My little 6-year-old grandson walked up to me and said, Granddad, what's an erection? I said, well, ask your grandmother. So he came back with that funny look on his face, and I said, what'd she tell you? She said, well, she'll tell me later, but meanwhile, for me to tell you, she ain't seen one of them things around the house in years.
Dick Gregory. All right, Dick Gregory, real quick. There's a lot happening in the world. You got Brussels. You got this Egyptian flight that's been hijacked just this morning. You got Boko Haram. You got that Malaysian flight still hasn't been found. What's to all of this? What's the conspiracy?
Too obvious is this. Have you ever heard of a Greyhound bus disappearing? So how you going to have one of them big old brand new planes with all the technology and all the satellites we got up in the sky? How did it disappear? That don't bother me. Huh? You hear me?
I hear you.
The conspiracy was them black folks in Somalia when they turned to be pilots. You saw that when they're pilots in boats? They didn't have a patch over their eye, right? Now, how can you have an African country that don't have 3 rowboats terrorize the mightiest white nations in the world? You buy that, you buy anything. I mean, what was that about? Huh? And then you got ISIS. Hey, wait a minute. They don't even make matches, right? and they don't terrorize the mighty white nations in the world. They don't make flamethrowers. They don't make automobiles. And come on now. And them satellites didn't see ISIS. What is this? See, I thought they were talking about Iceberg Slim. You young folks don't know about that. So if you stop and think about what they telling us, but you see, because of shows like this here, white folks listening, so they're a little bit better informed now. See, it was a time they didn't come to black folks and ask us to comment on white folks' business. I remember I was coming back in from Europe and NBC said, Mr. Gregory, do you ever think we'll catch Ben Laden? I said, I'm not looking for him. I'm still trying to find out who my daddy is. and so when you stop and think about, we listen to what they say, and it never, ever, ever makes sense. So we might as well just say, wait a minute, hold it, wait a minute. And so now you got the plane missing now. And the news, you can't even figure it out, man. They say X amount of people got off somewhere. Yeah.
Let me say, I'm waiting till next month, but I'm taking you and your show to court, the federal court.
Taking who to federal court?
Y'all be so funny, man. You ain't no comic, man. I don't get on your show talking radio. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was so funny the other night. I overslept. My radio came on. I didn't even have it plugged in. So, but a late Happy New Year to you. Yeah.
Brother Greg?
Yes, sir, my brother.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine and getting better, man.
And tonight you perform at the Hartford Funny Bone?
Hartford Funny Bone.
Then the Albany Funny Bone tomorrow.
Albany Funny Bone.
What? You're performing like you're a young man, like you got bills to pay. And
I don't pay no bills now. You know that, man. That money I borrowed from you?
Yeah.
I love it. I ain't never paid you, and you don't mention it.
Until right now.
No. He ain't. I brought that up.
Yeah, he brought that up.
Right off on your income tax.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. That's his sister walked to me in Rome 3 weeks ago from here. Uh-huh. And she said, Mr. Girl, you the weight loss man. What I have to do to lose this weight? Just say follow a hoe around. You ain't never seen a fat hoe. Now I don't mean do what they do. Just eat what they eat. And if you want to see the fattest person, well, go to the Baptist church and sit next to the choir. You understand? And they always say, I don't know why I'm getting fat. I ain't eating nothing. And I said, well, you take that to Africa where they starving and get rich.
What is your diet now? Everything's been recalled and salmonella, and I mean, what is your diet?
All depend on who looking.
What do you mean?
Just what I said.
I don't understand.
If you ain't looking, I don't eat no chicken.
Right?
So what you think that was I had in my hand? You know? And a chicken, can you imagine? See, you know the economy is bad. 2 ways. When you hear serious white men on TV saying, buy 1 suit, get 7 free. That don't even sound right. My cousin was shoplifting, saying he went out of business. And I said, you got to be smart. Just go in there and buy 1, and you get 6 free, then bring the 1 back. Say it don't fit. You understand? And the other way, see, Donald Trump, the only thing I ever like what he said when he called that white woman ugly, I ain't never heard a white man call a white woman ugly. You understand? Even when they dead, say the stunning blue, she dead, man. You know what I mean? But that's the games they play. And they powerful. Don't y'all think they're not powerful? They killed my Jesus and told me to call it a good day. I call it Good Friday. You see how it works? It's just there.
It's a trick.
And all you got, it's a trick because we try to answer white folks. Just say, well, what, where you think that plane in my backyard? And just shut up. You know, I can't prove it's where it say it is, and he can't prove it's not in my backyard. So it's that simple. That's simple, man. You understand? The greatest thing that's happened when they gave the sister, put her picture on the front of a $20 bill.
Harriet Tubman.
And you know how you know black folks had nothing to do with it?
How?
Because they would have lightened her up had her look like she just finished Harvard. They put her on there so we all know what a slave looked like on the front. And I said, all you white folks don't like it, throw your 20s away. That ain't going to happen. And they had her, she was indicted. Her 2 sons was indicted, a fugitive from justice. And they put a reward out for her. Well, she's on the 20 now. She can pay that. Yeah, she can pay that. How much y'all want? Here, come get it,
She's on the 20.
And that's so wonderful, man. That's so wonderful.
Did you go to the funeral?
Oh, geez.
Did you go to Ali's funeral?
Never anything like it in the history of the planet. There's one mistake we make. We believe because someone asked us something, we're obligated to answer it. So if you ask me something about chemistry or neutrons, I don't know. So we can't qualify to answer Muhammad Ali because that was coming from another order. You understand? Yeah. If you go look at him dance, they call it the rope-a-dope. White folks invent stuff because they didn't know what it was. That's from the other side of ballerinas. Okay?
Remember when in the Catskills we were living with Ali for about 3 months?
Do you hear me?
Me and you.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me? And I watched him, and when he do that dance.
Yeah.
Now look at that, and then look at the ballerina movie. He's doing stuff they couldn't do.
It was one of the highlights of my life.
Yep.
When we were in the Catskills.
Yes.
And he was training for that third Norton fight.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. 2 or 3 months.
Yep. Wasn't that lovely?
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't that lovely?
It was. It was lonely though.
But you see, always lonely in the Catskills. That's why don't nobody live there. But rich folks, when they're trying to get away from the federal government, that's the game they play.
Yeah.
You
are all over the internet talking about what really happened to Prince.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you see, first, some of that's a lie they put on me.
What's that?
3 weeks before they killed him, I said that watch the purple. On the 20th, that's Hitler's birthday. They've always had purple celebrations. I didn't know it was Prince. That's what? Hitler's birthday. Okay?
He died
the 20th.
He died on Hitler's birthday?
The 20th.
21st.
The 20th. Now, what I got to do? I got to get a white boy to come in there and tell you? I said it's the 20th. Ain't but 1/20th.
Wow.
He died on Hitler's birthday. So that's what I thought it was. Now, you will understand this. He was in Atlanta the day before. Yeah. He did 2 one-man shows.
Right.
You saw the footage?
Yeah.
Did he look like somebody going to be dead in 24 hours?
No.
Okay, then he left there, got on a chartered plane. Right. Now, who rents those chartered planes? Warren Buffett. Okay? Now, how come they ain't said Warren Buffett's plane? Huh? And then he go to this little old PP hospital like 40 miles outside Chicago. Now, when you on an airplane, 40 miles and 400 miles is the same. So why didn't they take him to Chicago where they got good hospitals? Now, the other thing is when Prince dies and they said he went to the hospital, how come we didn't see the world press come to the hospital to interview nobody? Okay? How come when he wasn't standing there and said, this is the hospital, what was wrong with him? Huh? And then he gets back on the plane and they say the next day he rides his bike around the compound.
And we see a picture of him.
Did you hear me? Well,
was that a picture of him?
We thought
we saw a picture of him.
You hear what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
I mean, they could take me in Hollywood and make me a duck. Bugs Bunny, Bugs Bunny laughing. Yeah. So I was scared to eat rabbit, man, because I thought it was really something. Because they talk and laugh and run and all that. And when I found out they didn't, I ate a whole bunch of rabbits.
I saw the one man show.
Yeah, thank you.
In New York, I saw that show. You came the very next day, and your impression of the one man show that stars Papa Pope.
Yes.
Turn me loose.
Turn me loose. Yeah. What was your reaction?
Before I get to that, let me tell you what one of my children said.
What?
He said, "Dad, Christian," he said, "I thought I knew you until I saw this play."
Is that right?
Did you hear me? Now, here's the trick.
I have to admit, I said the same thing. Yeah. I thought I knew you until I saw that play.
You hear me? Now, I can't go see it every now and then. Why? I'm one of the few people whose life is portrayed on Broadway, and I'm still alive. The rest of them dead.
That's true.
You know? Right. And so when I go in there, it's brilliant. as he is, people will look at the real thing. That's what he's talking about, and that's a violation. So I went to one day when it opened officially.
Yeah.
One day, and when they asked me about it, I said, well, y'all write it. You know, I don't want to see it. Don't show it to me. That's the priority they have. Now, when they sent it to me, I gave it to 2 of my children to read, and my restriction was anything in here that's derogatory to a minority that didn't happen, then I won't tolerate that. You got to write bad stuff about Hitler, okay? And so that was the only thing. And they put it together. The reason, you know, you in radio, people listen to you, man, and they think it's so easy. They don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I just heard you talking